I feel like I spend so much time on this channel being Mr. Serious, being like, do this or else, or this is the risk if you don't do this, or you're prepared to miss out if you don't listen to what I'm saying. And I just need to change the language here for a second. I need to remind everyone to celebrate the wins that you have along this journey, because if you don't, you're going to go insane. You're going to go insane because it will beat you up. It is a ruthless process. It is hyper competitive, and there are losers in real estate. And it's a high risk and highly fraught with mental and physical overwhelm. Woo! So do the good stuff and celebrate when you do have the small wins, and really just pat yourself on the back and just be your own cheer squad. Or make sure that others around you can support you in that as well. It's so important to buy better. It's so important to nurture and grow that energy so that you can deploy it when you need to, and you're coming at it to maintain a positive aspect and a positive outlook and positive energy. Because it's so dangerous when you're projecting negative energy in the real estate game, especially when the competition are doing the opposite. Because then that stops people doing things for you, and it puts up more roadblocks for yourself and others around you to get things done, and you end up going backwards. So what I mean by this, the little wins, is saying no to a property. Saying no to a property means that there's one less to worry about, one less to consider, one less building and pesting that we need to go to, one less floor plan we need to try and figure out. And it also means that you've probably just refined your brief a little bit more. And now that nice to have that was there has now moved to a need to have. And that need to have you've figured out is actually a nice to have. No, actually, it's not even important to you anymore. It's off the radar. So you've got a more refined brief, and you've got one less property that can sap your energy. And we move forward. That's a win. I tell my clients this all the time. They think, now we've ruled that one out too. Guys, this is good. It means we're on the journey. We have now jumped over another hurdle, which is a property that's not suitable that we can then forward to the market, and we move on. So yes, I'm Mr. Positive and I'm everyone's hype man in this. And I really do think that's one of my unique things as a buyer's agent that I can bring to the table, because this industry can beat you up. Real estate can leave you pretty shattered. Yeah. And it's an overwhelmingly simple theme today, but very important, and less about energy and just more about positivity, maintaining a positive outlook, getting excited, staying focused on the goal, remembering why you're doing this and what this is going to look like when you're in your dream home, and all that cool stuff of manifesting and meditating on it. Like, I'd encourage everyone to really do that, because there's a lot of good science behind it. But really, like, make sure that you are positive. Make sure that you're doing what you need to do for you. I've got other videos about the importance of taking a break, the benefits of coming at it with positive energy, and how to deploy that energy positively, and some of the change that it can yield with some real world stories as well. That's all stuff that's just interweaved into a lot of my other content, because I do believe it's one of the biggest ingredients missing, because of the way that it is set up, and because it is so high pressure, and because it's a full-time job in itself on top of what you're already doing in your life, especially people that are doing this themselves and don't have a buyer's agent to wade through all this bullshit, so you're only getting the nice little nuggets delivered to you. There's a lot. So theme of today, stay positive, celebrate the wins, have a good support network around you, and when you feel like you're getting a little bit over it, then see point one, which is to take a break, to make your energy more positive, to go outside, do whatever you need to do for you to get that reset, to come back at it with positive energy. If you haven't seen the other video on the reasons why to take a break, I'll quickly just cover why that's so important. Why it's so important is because people tend to move through a process and then there's a finish line. And that's all well and good. You are on a journey to procure property and to land at the outcome, which is to have a property in your name that you are moving into, and that's the next chapter of your life. But they forget that, and we all forget this, that we're not Energizer bunnies and we can't do this infinitely. And there needs to be a break somewhere. It's like rest days when you're exercising. The best bodybuilders will tell you that never to just go 7 days. It's not like you can just get endless gains. Like there needs to be downtime for your body to recover, for your mind to recover. It's exactly the same when you're trying to buy property. So please, if you haven't seen that other video, I just need to build it into this one as well, because a lot of the outlook and the positivity and the cheer squad that I'm talking about comes from having that little pause, recharging, going at it again. Fresh energy, nice and hard. It really, really is a big unlock. And yeah, it forms a lot of my content because I really believe in it. And I think if people could, if we all were in this beautiful world where we didn't need 8 hours of sleep and that there was no such thing as too much caffeine and we could all just be in this blissful, happy, positive, go-hung state all the time, then wow, we'd transact a lot more property. But because the fatigue, because everyone gets a little bit over, because there's so much information coming at us all the time, we have to stop and breathe, and everyone's just at different stages. And that's okay. It's just acknowledging what stage you're at and listening to yourself. Listening to yourself. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and it all's just getting a little bit hazy and you need to take a freaking break. And the big theme about my take a break video is that it doesn't freaking matter when. I don't care. You can say, oh, Ash, but it's the height of spring and I'm going to be missing opportunities, or, oh, it's coming into, like right now, oh, it's coming into the end of the year and Christmas and the sort of shutdown the industry has. Don't believe it. Don't acknowledge it. I've done some wicked deals through Christmas and New Year periods. Not an excuse. If you need to take a break now, take a break now. If you need to take it in 2 weeks, take it in 2 weeks. The market will be the market. When you come back to the market, don't worry about it. Stop looking at all the trend analysis. Delete the freaking app from your phone, REA and domain, and just exist. Just stop subsisting and exist for a little bit. And get yourself pumped and reset while you're doing this, and then come at it with some fresh energy and watch the results. Just you need to. You really, really need to. Take a break. Stay positive. The other way around. Stay positive, and then take a break when you feel like that positivity is waning. It's the most important part. It is. It's the most important part. I don't care about your pre-approval and only having 30 days left and needing to... If you need to redo it, then redo it. If it's adjusting your borrowing power, which means it's going to be more within your means and you're going to lose 20%, it means you're not going to be stretching yourself, stressing anyway if the new circumstances have changed, and building in some more fat for yourself. Like whatever. I tell my clients this all the time. There needs to be this balance. There needs to be this opportunity to stop and reset. And I implore breaks. Oh, Ash, but we're also engaged with you for 3 months and I don't care. I'll put it on pause as well. Doesn't bother me. I'd rather work with someone who is in a positive mindset and outcome-oriented and solution-oriented rather than looking at the problems and the roadblocks and everything else that comes up from doing it for too long and burning yourself out. It's a vital part of the process. Taking a break is part of the process. We are kidding ourselves if we think that we can just go for 6 months nonstop and think we've got exactly the same energies and gusto as we did at the start. Doesn't happen. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say with this, because otherwise I'm going around in circles. And it's a very simple message, and it's just to check in with yourself and to maybe build into your calendar just a little reminder to just go, how's my energy today? And just to do a little bit of self-reflection. I ask my clients to do this all the time and to build it informally into the process. And I've got reminders on their behalf that when I check in with them and going, and how are you feeling through this process so far? Then that's the most important thing, to just get that gauge, because otherwise you'll just keep running and you won't even realize that it's starting to just affect you mentally and physically until you're already pretty burnt out and you're at risk of missing opportunities or making a mistake. So, yeah, stay positive and buy better.